if I chat into that, is that horrendously loud or is that okay? So it's okay level but very hissy. Okay. That is strange. So talkie, 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 talkie. Yep. Hold the line, please. Pete's mix, Pete's mix. Here we go. How about now? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Cool.
we're going to start now. Can you speak to it? I got it. We're going to start. Ladies and gentlemen, a very exceptionally warm welcome to Le Mans on this remarkable occasion during these incredible centenary celebrations. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you about a very important sale coming up in two parts, in Switzerland on July the 7th and Milan on the 12th of July. A remarkable, no-reserve, single-owner sale of amazing cars known as the Carrera Collection. Because of the very large number of Porsches on all eras being offered alongside a wider range of high-performance young-timers. We are delighted to be here at Le Mans. But before we begin this remarkable sale, a brief note of our terms and conditions. All sales are as is and where is. Final bid price does not include buyer's premium and any applicable taxes. Please note that the buyer's premium here in France is 15% plus VAT for all motor cars with a final hammer price of 200,000 euros or less. In the event of the final hammer price above 200,000 euros on motor car lots, a buyer's premium of 15% plus VAT will be paid on the first 200,000, and a buyer's premium of 12.5% plus VAT will apply to the hammer price above 200,000. 20% plus VAT for all non-motor car lots, and following the auction, all lots will be removed to storage at a cost of the owner. The cost of this removal is 840 euros plus VAT per lot, and daily storage charges will commence from Saturday the 17th of June at a rate of 50 euros plus VAT per lot. Lots subject to temporary import restrictions cannot be discharged from RM Sotheby's custody without the completion of customs procedures and until full payment has been received. Customs charges will be levied appropriately depending on each individual scenario and will be payable directly to the relevant authorities, which RM Sotheby's will provide the details of as and when necessary. Please note that there will be an administrative fee of 320 euros plus VAT charged to oversee customs formalities. Please note, insurance is at the buyer's responsibility once the lot is sold. Also note that the auctioneer may open the bidding on the lot by placing a bid on behalf of the seller. The auctioneer may further bid on behalf of the seller up to the amount of the reserve, where there is one, by placing responsive or consecutive bids for a lot. Please note that any sale room notices or agenda read ahead of the applicable lot this evening supersede the catalogue descriptions. Please visit the auction settlement office should you have any questions at all. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Smith of RM Sotheby's. Joining me on the podium today is our auctioneer Gareth Evans and Filippo Lotti, Managing Director of Sotheby's Geneva, and Amy O'Brien, who is clerking for us today. So thank you very much, gentlemen. And we shall commence with lot 101, which is the 1965 24 Hours of Le Mans starter flag. What better way to start the sale than the very starter flag waved to initiate the 1965 24 Hours of Le Mans. A French tricolore design, of course, embroidered with gold lettering. It's offered for sale in attractive frame, an original mounting pole, and top ribbon. It is without reserve, gentlemen.
Thank you, Will. On va commencer où? On va commencer avec 15 000. Quelqu'un veut offrir 15 000. Sans reserve, no reserve on this lot. Anyone like to offer me 15,000 here, please? 15. No reserve lot. 15,000. Say 10,000 for the tricolor. 10 000. 10,000. No reserve lot. Bidding at 10,000. Thank you, sir. I can sell this at 10,000 if we're all done at 10,000. You bid at 15 on the phones. Duccio at 15. 15 000 with Duccio. 20. 50. Stefan at 50. 50. 50,000 with Stefan. No?
1.5.
1.5.
1.5.
1.5 I already had with Duccio. 20. 20. Thank you, Stefan. With Stefan's phone bidder at 20, 25. Thank you. Back with Duccio, 25. 25,000. 30. Thank you. In the room, 30,000. Standing. On my left, 30,000. 35, Olivier. 40, Duccio. 40,000. Ahead of you, sir. 40,000. 45. Stefan has it. 50. We did get to 50. It's with Duccio at 50. 50,000. 55. Thank you. Oliver, 55,000. With Oliver's phone bidder, 55,000.
Bidding.
New bid?
Yeah.
60.
Thank you.
Standing. Thank you,
Standing.
Philippe.
Merci,
You,
monsieur.
sir, 60,000. 65. 70. Stand 75. It's 70 standing in the room at the rear. 75. Duccio, 75. 80. Thank you, sir. 80,000 standing ahead of you on the phones. 85. 90. 90 is here. 95. Duccio on the phone at 95,000. 100. Thank you, sir. Back in the room at 100. 105 I'll take. Would you like 110, sir? Thank you. 110. Sondi Mille dans la salle. 115. 115 on the phones with Duccio. 115, sir, ahead of you. 120. 125. 150, thank you. Standing in the room, 150.
Duccio is sitting.
155.
New telephone.
175. 175. Gentlemen standing. Still have two phones in this. $175. with a gentleman standing in the room ahead of you on the phones. 175. $180. $180, sir, on the phone. $185. $190. $200.
100.
Thank you, sir. 200,000. Still in the room at 200. Ahead of you, Oliver. $200,000. 210. Thank you, Oliver. 210.
One more.
215. 215. Standing in the room. $220. You've come a long way, sir. At $220. With Oliver on the phone. $220. $225. $230. Standing at $230. $230. Dans la salle. $240. Okay. It's ahead of you, sir. It's at 240,000 on the telephone with Oliver. $250. Thank you. $250. Still in the room at 250,000. Not with you, Oliver. $250 then, Oliver. Against you, here in the room. $250. Gonna have to move you on. We're hammer up. We've come a long way, but $260 would be next bid, please. Yeah. Thank you. $260. At the moment, yeah, anyone can join in though at any moment. 260s with Oliver on the telephones.
70.
270. Back in the room at 270. $270, standing in the room. 275 I'd take. Would you like 280? €280, standing against you, Oliver, at 280,000 euros for the tricolore. 285. Straight back that time. 285. 300,000. Thank you, sir. 300. $310. I'll take 310. $310,000 on the phone with Oliver. Come a long way, sir. Are we done at 310? 310,000. $310. With Oliver's phone bidder at 310,000 euros. And selling at 310, if you're sure, sir. You're not sure. I know you're not sure. $315. Thank you, sir. $315. $320. $320 on the telephone. $320,000 on the phone with Oliver. $325. Against you, Oliver, at $325. $325. $325. $330. He beat me. $330. Okay. 330,000 then with Oliver on the telephone. With your bidder and selling on the telephone. If you'll just check one more time, sir, are you sure? Are you sure you're sure? We're at 330 then. Selling to Oliver's phone bidder. 330.
Oh.
330 sold.
Well,
7241.
Lot number 102 is the Jackie X Rothmans Porsche race suit, of course, offered without reserve. Sparko race suit worn by the great man during his final full season in motorsport. Tailored with the iconic Rothmans Porsche livery, this piece is an extraordinarily rare, a perfect race suit, and for any Le Mans or Porsche enthusiast, it is without reserve, Gareth.
Without reserve, thank you. Low estimate of 8,000. Someone say 4,000. 4,000. Anyone offer 4,000? 4,000. Bidding here. Thank you. 4,000. With the gentleman seated at 4,000 euros. 4,000. 4,000. 4,500. New bidder 5,000. 6,000 seated behind. 7,000.
Telephone.
7,000. 8,000 with you, sir, at the back, against you. So 8,000. 9,000 seated in front. 10,000 back to the rear. 10,000. 11. 11,000 ahead of you. Would you like a bid? 12,000. 13. In front of you, sir, it's at 13,000. 14,000. Head at the back. 15,000 at the front.
15.
I have 15.
16.
16 on the phones with Gus. Sesmil, 16,000. 17. Back in the room, Gus, at 17,000. 18,000. 18 on the phone now. 19. Ahead of you, Gus, 19,000 seated in the room. 20. 20,000. 22,000 seated. 22. 24. 24. 24,000. With Gus on the phones at 24,000. 26, 25. I'll take 25. Would you like 26? 26. 26,000 then, with Gus on the telephone. We're all done at 26,000. And selling to Gus on the phone at 26,000, for sure. 26. Sold. 26,000. 7270.
Lot number 103 is the first of our automobiles, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 1983 Rondo M482, one of just 3 examples constructed by Le Mans-based automobiles Jean Rondeau, driven by endurance racing legends such as Henri Pescarolo and Thierry Boutsen at the 1983 24 Hours of Le Mans. This machine is impeccably preserved and restored by former Rondo technician Philippe Bellou over a 20-year period. It is eligible for historic racing events such as Le Mans Classic, and it is also without reserve, Gareth.
Without reserve, so you're free to shout a number out. Let's say 100,000. 100,000. Any takers at 100,000? To start this off at 100. 100 with Benjamin on the phone at 100,000. 100. That is all. We're at 100,000 with Benjamin.
Bidding.
150 seated. Thank you, sir. 150 now. 200. Benjamin at 200,000. 250. Seated 250. 300, new bidder. 300,000. 300 seated. 300,000 ici dans la salle. 300,000. 300. Local legend, Rondo, 300,000 we're at. Gentlemen seated here in the room. 300. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait, Benjamin, with 300 000? $300. Sure. Thank you. Selling then. Gentlemen seated at 300. If we're all done at 300,000 euros. 300. Sold. Thank you, sir. The paddle number, please. 7091. Thank you.
The Dodge Viper racing as Chrysler brought American muscle back to Le Mans in a way that they hadn't seen since Ford in the 1960s. It was met with derision by the local competition. They said that it was a racing car with a truck engine, 8-litre V10 engine. But they weren't laughing when this car took back-to-back wins, 1988, 99 and 2000.
It is lot number 104, ladies and gentlemen, the 1996 Chrysler Viper GTS-R. Constructed at Chrysler's engineering facility in Detroit, this very machine was driven in 1997, 24 Hours of Le Mans for Viper Team Orica by none other than Justin Bell, John Morton and Pierre-Yves. Successfully campaigned throughout Europe and North America since 1998, it is finished in its Viper Team Orica livery as it wore in 1997. The Viper GTS-R, Gareth.
Thank you. Let's start here at 350,000. 350,000. With me at 350,000 euros. 350. Yes. Is that Oliver?
No.
400 with Oliver. 400,000 now. 450, Oliver. 450,000. 450. 450 then. Not with you, Oliver. 475. 500. 500,000. We're all sure in the room. It's at 500,000. Oliver's still in this on the phone at 500. $550 I'll take. 550. And I can sell it to you for 550, Oliver. Your phone bidder has this at 550,000. 550. If we're all done in the room at 550. No further bidders at 550. Selling to Oliver, 550. Nothing online. 550. Oliver's phone bidder. Sold. 550. And the paddle, please, Oliver.
Coming,
Okay.
coming. Oliver. Merci beaucoup. Lot.
The face of Le Mans has changed quite a bit over the years with different track configurations. In the 1980s, they felt that 253 miles an hour was getting a bit fast, so they modified the track. But then along came Nissan with the R90 CK. In 1990, they still achieved 238 miles an hour with 2 chicanes on the Mulsanne straight.
Lot number 105, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1990 Nissan R90 CK, a car that delivered one of the most acclaimed pole positions in the history of the French endurance race. Marc Blundell's 1990 24 Hours of Le Mans Nissan R90 CK. This is one of just 6 chassis constructed for the 1990 World Sports Car Championship season and scored 5th and 4th places in 1990 C rounds in Montreal and Mexico City, respectively. It has been meticulously maintained by historic Group C experts Phil Stott Motorsport and highly eligible for historic Group C events, including right here at the Le Mans Classic. Please also note a new clutch has been fitted, and this R90CK was the first Japanese car to get a pole position at Le Mans. It is iconic. It was an incredible lap. It was 6 seconds faster than the second place at the time. It is, of course, the R90CK Nissan. Over to you, Gareth.
Thank you, Will. Let's start here at 550,000 then. 550. 550 with me at 550,000. 550. 550. We're coming in at 550,000 then. 550,000. 600, 650. 650,000. 650. 650. 650,000. 700. Oliver, 700,000. Thank you. 700. 750, Oliver.
Bid in the room.
New bid in the room? 800,000. Thank you. 8 seated. 850. 850 is here. 850. Ahead of you in the room, ahead of you, Oliver. We're at 850,000. 850. With me at 850. 900. Sorry. 900. I think he was in the room first at 900. We're at 900. 950 with Oliver at 950,000. $950 on the phones. Ahead of you in the room at 950. I can sell this for 950,000 with Oliver's phone bidder. 950, we're sure. Thank you. 950 then. If we're all done, selling to Oliver for 950,000. Sold 950.
7242.
Lot number 106 is the 2000 Porsche 911 GT3R. This special GT3R was driven in the 2024 Hours of Le Mans for Skier Racing International. It finished 17th overall and 2nd in class. Further campaigned in the American Le Mans Series and European Le Mans Series through 2000 and 2001. The car finished 11th overall and 2nd in class at the 2012 Hours of Sebring. It is believed to be just one of 65 GT3Rs constructed in the year 2000 to that specification. Please note, this lot has entered the EU on a temporary import bond which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the EU or an approval of the bill of lading with supporting custom declaration, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. Gareth, it is the 2000 911 GT3R.
Thank you. Let's start here at 150,000 then. 150. 150. Anyone coming in at 150,000? 150. Someone shouted bid.
Somewhere there.
Is that a bid? It's still 150 here. I can't see that, gentleman. Yes. Let's go 160, sir. 170.
Merci.
Back with me at 170. $170. 180 with Felix on the phone. Thank you. 180,000. 190, Felix. 190. 200. Thank you. 200. 220. 220,000. Ahead of you, Felix. 220 now. 230 I have. It's ahead of you, Felix, at 230. Would you like 240? Felix, 230's with me. Would you like 240? 230. 235, thank you. 235,000. I can sell it to Felix's phone bidder at 235,000. We're all done at 235. No further interest at 235,000. 235,000. We sure here? 240, thank you. Seated in the room, 240,000. $240 in the room. 245. On the phone, 245. Takes a sip of his drink. 245. On the telephone with Felix's bidder. Moving on then at 245, selling to Felix on the phone, if we're sure, seated. 245,000 is here on the telephone and selling to Felix's phone bidder at 245. Sold 245. Thank you, 7060.
Lot number 107 is a piece of Le Mans history, ladies and gentlemen. It is the official safety car of the 1963 24 Hours of Le Mans, the 1963 Ferrari 250 GTE 2+2 Series 3 Le Mans safety car. The car features period accessories fitted by coach builder Henri Chaperon and still wears its factory correct colour combination of blue Serra over Grigio leather. It is currently being inspected by Ferrari Classiche prior to undergoing certification and retains its matching numbers, body, chassis, engine, gearbox and rear axle. It is one of the most fascinating 250 GTEs in existence and it is without reserve, Gareth.
Wow, without reserve. Let's start then. Anyone offer me 300,000? 300. 300 in the room, seated. Thank you. With the gentleman seated at 300. 300. He can take this home right now at 300,000. 310, sure, 310. 320. Still 320, seated. 330, thank you, sir. Here at 330. On my right at 330. You bid at 340 at the back?
Yeah.
340. 340 at the rear, 350 on my right, 360 seated at the front, 360, 370, 380,
80.
380, 390, on my right at 390,000. $400 on the telephones at 400,000. Thank you, sir. 400. Gus on the telephone. 400,000. $400. With the telephone, 400,000. $410. Thank you, Anders. $410. 420, with Gus at 420. 420,000. $420,000. 425. Anders will take 425. With you. Not with you, Gus. We're at 425,000. 430, thank you. Gus at 430. 440. Seated, 440. $450 with Gus on the phone at 450. $450 with Gus. With Gus at 450,000. It's featured in the 1963 French comedy film.
Yeah.
Pouic, pouic.
Should be mine. Should be mine.
Squeak, squeak. 450 with Gus at 450. Still have 3 phones on this. 455? 455, sure. 455, Oliver. 460, thank you. Gus at 460. 460,000.
Merci.
460 with Gus. 460,000 euros. $460. We've been going up in 5s. 460. Anders is out. Still with Gus. 460. Contre vous, Oliver. 465. Thank you, sir. 465. Oliver's phone bidder at 465,000. $470. Thank you, Gus. Back with Gus at 470,000. It's getting hot in here, huh? 470,000.
You're just flicking your finger.
Gus, it's with you at 470. Oliver, it's against you, sir. 470,000. On attend, 470. Merci. 475. With Oliver's phone bidder now at 475,000. $475 with Oliver. 480. Gus at 480,000. 480,000. Looks like Gus has it then at 480. Are you sure, Oliver? 480s with Gus. Thank you for your bids. Selling then to Gus on the telephone, 480,000 euros. Sold for 7274. Thank you.
Lot number 108 is the 2006 Ferrari F430 GTC, the modern-day equivalent of a short wheelbase Competizione or a 275 GTPC GT races of the 60s. This 430 GTC was driven onto the podium and with a second in class at the 2007 24 Hours of Le Mans. Just the 19th F430 GTC built by Michelotto, of course. It was raced by sports car greats including Marc Genet, Andrea Bertolini, and Marino Franchitti, no less. Highly eligible for endurance racing legends, ladies and gentlemen, and historic race series, the F430 GTC, Gareth.
Thank you. Let's start here at 450,000 euros then. 450,000.
Bidding.
500. Thank you, sir. 500,000 seated. 550. Back here at 550. 550,000. 550. We're at 550,000. Not with you, sir. Not with you on the phones. We're at 550. $550,000. $550. 575. Thank you. 575 with Gus. 600,000, Gus. Ahead of you at 600. $600,000. 620. Yep, thank you. 620,000. Just ahead of you at 640, Gus. 640,000. 640. Here at 640,000 euros. Real short, 640,000. Still have two phones on this. We're at 640,000. Thank you, Gus. We're at 640. Still ahead of you, Oliver, at 640. $640,000. No one in the room. No one online. 640 against you, Oliver.
650?
650 I'll take, thank you. With you at 650,000. I can sell this to you, Oliver, at 650,000. With Oliver's phone bidder, 650,000. 650,000 euros. 650,000. We all done at 650,000 then. I can sell this to Oliver's phone bidder, 650. If we're all done, hammers up. 650. Thank you, Oliver.
Seven, 2, 6, 8. Merci.
Lot number 109 is the 2007 Aston Martin DBR9 GT1, one of just 18 DBR9 chassis constructed by ProDrive between 2005 and 2008. This Aston Martin was bought new by British enthusiast and Gigawave Motorsport founder Henry Barkzinski and has had just 2 owners since. It was driven to 3rd in the GT1 class and 22nd overall at the 2010 24 Hours of Le Mans, and the car secured 4 podium finishes in the 2011 FIA GT1 World Championship, winning in Beijing. Please note that this lot is subject to VAT on the full purchase price, both hammer price and commission. It is the 2007 Aston Martin DBR9 GT1, Gareth.
Thank you. Let's start here at 1.1 million euros. 1.1 million. With me at 1.1. 1.1 million now. We're at 1.1. 1.1 ahead of you on the phones and in the room. 1.1 million. 1.1. 1.2, 1.3. 1.3 now. Room is quiet, but we're at 1.3 million, and we have 3 phones still on this. 1.3 million euros. 1.3 now. One four, thank you. 1.4. 1.5. Ahead of you, Michael. 1.5 million. 1.6, thank you. 1.6 on the phones. 1.7 ahead of you here. 1.7. Back against you at 1.7 million. $1,750, sure. $1,750. 1.8. 1.8 million ahead of you on the phones. $1.85, thank you. 1.85. Michael at 1.85. 1.9, Michael. Back at 1.9. And a 50, sure. 1.950, right? 1.950. 1.980, Michael. We're at 1.980. €2 million, thank you. 2 million euros. Can sell it to you for 2 million. If we're all done at 2 million, it's with your client on the phone at 2 million euros. Still have another phone. 2 million. We're at 2 million, ahead of you, Mark. It's at 2 million. I'm being pushed to hammer down on it, but at 2 million, we'll take our time. 2 million. Thank you. 2 million then. And selling, if we're all done at 2 million euros, no further interest at 2 million, and selling to the phone bidder, 2 million. Sold.
7266. Merci beaucoup.
Lot number 110 is the 1993 Jaguar XJ220 CLM, arguably the car that delivered Jaguar's final Le Mans win. This time in the new GT class in 1993 24 Hours of Le Mans. This XJ220 CLM finished 15th overall, and I say win because it was then disqualified on a minor technicality, the British would say. The car was driven in period by David Brabham, John Nielsen, and future F1 star, of course, David Coulthard. It is vanishingly rare, ladies and gentlemen, being one of just 4 bespoke XJ220C chassis ever built. Please note that the lot has entered the EU on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside the EU or on an approved bill of lading with supporting custom documentation, or paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. The 1993 Jaguar XJ220 CLM. Gareth.
Thank you. Start at 850,000 now. 850. With me at 850,000. 850,000. 850, 900, 950, 950,000 now. 9. Sorry, someone said 1 million. Was that online?
Yeah.
1 million online. Thank you. 1,000,001 ahead of you. 1,000,001. Back with me. 1,000,001 ahead of you online. We're at 1,100,000. 1,100,000. Back here at 1.1. Not with you online at 1.1 million.
Waiting for. Yes.
1.1 now. 1.2, 1.3. I have 1.3, Shelby. So 1.3 ahead of you, Shelby, at 1.3 million. 1.3. 1.3 million. $1.3 now. 1.350. Ahead of you online, it's 1.350, 1.4. 1.4 million now.
Non credo.
1.4. Are we sure now? In the room, 1.4. It's here. 1.4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here. Still at 1.4. The fans look like bids. 1.4 million. Here with me at 1.4. 1.4 million euros. $1.4 then. 1.5. We can go 1.5. 1.5 million. Ahead of you online, ahead of you in the room, we're at 1.5 million. Not on the phones either. We're all done at 1.5. Last chance, 1.5 million. Unsold.
Most people have heard of the Renault Alpine from the rallying days, the iconic A110 from the 60s. Less people know about the A210, the Le Mans variant with its long tail, designed to be aerodynamically efficient for long-distance racing. And this car was built to contest the index of thermal efficiency, which might sound nerdy, but it's actually integral to what Le Mans is all about.
Lot number 111, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1967 Alpine A210 for a 3-time Le Mans 24-hour starter, ladies and gentlemen. This car raced at the Circuit de la Salle from 1967 to 1969, winning its class in 1967 and 68. It remained part of a storied collection curated by Gerard Gumbert for over 40 years, presented in remarkably original cosmetic condition and currently equipped with a restored 1470cc Gordini Renault engine and powertrain, accompanied by important historical documentation and images, a spare engine, spare set of wheels, and an unregistered Renault Estafette van once used to transport the car that you can see just in the corner over there. It is lot number 111, the 1967 Alpine A210.
Thank you. Let's start at 700,000 then. 700. With me at 700,000. 700,000, 700, 750, 800. Still here at 800,000. 800. 850, 900,000. 900,000. Here at 900,000 euros. 900,000. 900. With the Renault Estafette van, 900,000. 900, 950, 1 million, 1 million. Here, 1 million. 1 million euros. Ahead of you online, we're at 1 million. Ahead of you in the room, here at 1 million. Any further bids at 1 million euros? We all sure 1 million on the phones. 1 million and 50. 1 million and 50. 1 million 100,000 we're at. 1 million 1. Here with me at 1,100,000. Are we all done? All sure? In the room, on the phones, online, 1,100,000. Unsold.
Lot number 112, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1993 Venturi 600 SLM. For a very rare Venturi indeed that was uprated to 600 SLM specifications, largely rebuilt following a crash at the 1993 24 Hours of Le Mans. The car was campaigned for Société BBA Competition at the 1995 24 Hours of Le Mans, and the engine was rebuilt in 2019, and the car is presented in its 1996 livery. It is the 1993 Venturi, lot number 112.
Thank you. Let's start at 120,000 now. 120. 120,000. 120,000. 120. 120.
Here.
Show me where? 120, 130. Thank you, sir. 130 with you. 140. Back with me. 140,000. Ahead of you, sir, at 140. Would you like 150? 150. Thank you. 150,000. 160 now. 160,000. Ahead of you, sir. 160. Would you like 170? We're at 160. 160,000. 160. 160, 170, 180. Still here at 180. 180. 200. I had 180. 190, sure. 190. 200 against you. Still at 200. 200,000. 200,000. 200. 200,000. Not with you seated, sir. It's still at 200,000 euros. 200,000. 200. Lots of debates. We're at 200,000. Here, 200. 220, 210. 210. I'll take 210. We're at 220 though, ahead of you. Still at 220. $220,000. 220,000. Still. 230. 230. 240. Back with me at 240. 250. 250 ahead of you, sir. It's at 250,000. Would you like 260? 250 is ahead of you at 250. Sure. 250,000 then. $260. Thank you. 260,000. I can sell it to you at 260,000. 260,000 with the gentleman seated. If we're all done, I can sell this at 260,000. Gentleman here, 260.
Well done.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations. 7237.
7237. Bravo.
Lot number 113 is the 1954 Oscar MT4 and is one of two examples that were campaigned by the factory here at the 1954 24 Hours of Le Mans, desirably retaining its matching numbers engine in addition to being fitted with an all-synchro mesh ZF gearbox for improved performance. It benefits from a 1990s restoration supplemented by more recent engine and gearbox rebuilds by Italian car specialists. Fully documented with the 1954 Le Mans paperwork, owner's research, correspondence, not to mention restoration invoices and photos. This car has been meticulously maintained during a 28 years of current ownership. Please note it has entered the EU on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside the EU on an approved bill of lading with supporting custom documentation or paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. One of the most significant Oscars in existence, ladies and gentlemen, the 1954 MT4. Over to you, Gareth.
Thank you. Let's start at 600,000 euros. 600,000 now. 600. 600,000. Anyone coming in at 600,000? 650, 700,000. 700,000, 700. 700. Still have phones interested at 700,000. 700. 700,000. Ahead of you on the phones, we're at 700. 750, 800. 800 now. 800,000. Not with you on the phones. We're at 800,000. $800. Not with you, Shelby. We're at 800 here. 800,000, 800,000. 850, 900. 900, not with you online, we're at 900,000 now. 900,000. $900. $950. Thank you. $950 with Shelby. 950,000. 1 million ahead of you, Shelby. 1 million is back with me at 1 million. $1 million one. 1 million one now, Shelby. Ahead of you at 1 million one. $1,100,000. Come back to me on the phones. It's against you at 1,100,000 euros. Here at 1-1. Try me. We're at 1.1 million. 1125.
Ja.
1125.
What do you think? Tell me something.
Penso di sì.
I think
so.
it's good. Yeah.
With you, Shelby, at 1,125,000 euros. With your bidder at 1.125. 1.125. Still have another phone. Still have two phones on this. We're at 1.125.
Go for it.
1.125. And selling then. We're all done on the phones. We sure? Shelby's bidder at 1.125 and selling. Sold. Shelby at 1.125.
7271.
Lot number 114 is the 2008 Saleen S7R. This dominant machine is believed to be the last of just 23 S7Rs constructed and one of only 4 modified by Orica to accept the transverse extract gearbox. A 4-time class podium finisher in the 2009 Le Mans Series, including a GT1 class win at the Nürburgring. This is the sole example rehomologated in 2010, gaining revised aerodynamics, ceramic hub carriers, and Oleum dampers. Winner of the LM GT1 class at the 2010 24 Hours of Le Mans, finishing 13th overall. It was also GT1 class winner at Paul Ricard, Portimao, Hungaroring, and Silverstone in the 2010 Le Mans Series. A highly decorated racing car, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 2008 Saleen S7R.
Thank you. Let's start at 600,000 euros. 600,000. 600 now. 600,000. 650. Duccio, thank you. 650. 650. 700 online. Thank you. 750. Ahead of you online. 750. 750 now. Not with you online. It's a 750, 800 on the phone. Thank you, Duccio. 800,000 now. On the phone at 800. 850. 850,000. 850. 900. 900,000 with Duccio's phone bidder at 900,000 euros. 900,000. 950 Duccio. $950,000. 1 million online. Thank you, online bidder. 1 million and 50 straight away from Duccio. Thank you. 1.1 million. We're at 1.1 million.
Yeah.
Sorry, Duccio was at 1 million and 50. Duccio. Okay. $1.1 is ahead of you, Duccio. Thank you, Duccio. 1.1 now. 1.15 online. Online bidder at 1.15. 1.15 with the online bidder. We done on the phones. We're at 1.15. $1.15. Online bidder has it at 1.15. $1.15 then.
That's fine.
1.15. We're all done, and I can sell at 1.15 to the online bidder. We're all done at 1.15. Selling. Sold online. 1.15.
The Rothmans Porsche is the quintessential Le Mans car. It's the car that was on my bedroom wall as a kid. The 956 won Le Mans 4 times. The 962 was the evolution of the breed, longer wheelbase. This is the pinnacle of 80s engineering. Big wings, massive power, and colossal speeds.
Lot number 115, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1985 Porsche 962 that you can hear right now. Just started up and just conked out. But no, it started up. We've been running it all afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fumigating the tent. There it is. A moment in history, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time a works campaign Porsche 962C has ever been publicly offered for sale at auction. This iconic Rothmans livery Porsche 962 represents the most successful program in Porsche's dominant history at Le Mans. This very chassis was the 1986 24 Hours of Le Mans pole sitter and 3 times 24 Hour of Le Mans participant, finishing 5th overall in 1988. Driven in period by 8 Group C Le Mans winners, including Derek Bell, Jackie Ickx, and Jochen Mass. It is one of the most raced factory 962s, having been campaigned for 2 further seasons by the legendary and full work supported Yost Racing. It has since been restored by Porsche Group C expert Trevor Crisp of Katana Limited. And please note the lot has entered the EU on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside the EU or on an approved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. It is the iconic, Gareth, 1985 Porsche 962 Rothmans.
Thank you, Will. Let's start here at 3 million euros. 3 million. 3-1. It's Stefan. Thank you. 3.1 million. 3.1 with Stefan on the phone at 3.1 million. 3.2 million. 3.2. Ahead of you, Stefan, at 3.2 now. 3.3. 3.3. 3.3 million. 3.4. Back with me at 3.4, Stefan. 3.5. Thank you, Gus. 3.5. 3.5 million. 3.6. Stefan's phone bidder at 3.6. With Stefan at 3.6. 3.7. Thank you, Gus. 3.7. 3.7. 3.8. Stefan at 3.8. 4 million, thank you. Nice strong bid at 4 million euros with Gus. 4 million. 4 million. 4 million 1. With me at 4 million 1. Thank you, sir. 4 million 2 seated. 4 million 2. 4 million 3 is here with me, ahead of you seated. 4 million 3. Ahead of you on the phones at 4.3 million euros. 4.3 now. Filippo, did you know that Valentino Rossi once drove this car?
Really?
Yeah. Is that correct, Will?
Valentino Rossi?
Yeah.
He's driving today.
He won, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
As usual, as usual. Valentino is Valentino.
Bid online at 4.4, thank you. 4.4. 4.4 million. 4.5, Gus, thank you. 4.5 now. 4.6 ahead of you, Gus. Back at 4.6.
Bid.
4.7. 4.7. Seated. 4.8. On the phones at 4.8. 4.8 on the phone. Four eights with Gus phone bidder then. It's ahead of you online.
Bidding.
5 million, thank you. 5 million seated. 5.1. Ahead of you in the room at 5.1. It's here. 5.1. 5.2. 5.2 now on the phone with Gus. 5.2. 5.250. 5.250. 5.250 seated.
It's a boat race.
Seated at 5,250. $5,275 is here. 5,275. Ahead of you in the room. Ahead of you on the phones. 5,275,000. $5,275, Oliver. Stefan's out. Thank you. 5,275. Online, you can come in when you like, or it's ahead of you at 5,275. Thank you, Oliver. 5,275,000. Wheel Shore. 5,275,000. In the room. 5,000,003. 5,000,004. 5,000,004 now. 5,400,000. 5,400,000. Here at 5,000,004. 5,000,004 now. $5,400,000. With me at 5,000,004. With me at 5,400,000. $5,400,000 then. $5,004,000. We all sure at 5,400,000. 5,400,000. Online. 5,004,000. We're coming in at 5,400,000. 5,400,000. Oh. 5,004,000. 5,450,000. 5,500,000, Shelby. 5.5 million now. 5.5. If we're all good, 5.5 million then. We're all sure. Unsold, 5.5.
Lot number 116 is the 2005 Spiker C8 GT2R, something a little different. A works entrant for Spiker Squad Junior, the 2005 24 Hours of Le Mans, 2 times entrant to the 12 Hours of Sebring. This car was campaigned by the factory team in the American Le Mans Series, FIA GT Championship, and Le Mans Series. Race highlights include second in class at the 2005 500 kilometers of Dubai and third in class at the 1,000 kilometers of Jarama in 2006. The very cool Spiker C8 GT2R, Gareth.
Thank you. 120,000. Let's start there. 120. 120,000. 130. Seated at 130. 140. 140 now. 140,000. 150. Thank you, Tony. 150. 160. 160 now. 160,000. Not with you on the phones. We're at 160. 170. Seated at 170. 180. 180, sir. It's ahead of you at 180,000. 180,000. $180. Tony, you're good? 180.
It's over.
180's here. 180 now. 185, thank you. 185. 190, Shelby, new bidder, thank you. 190. 190 then. 200. 200 is here. Ahead of you, Shelby. 200,000. $225. 225 is here. 225 now. $225. $225,000. $225, Shelby. It's ahead of you at 225. $225,000. $230,000. $230,000. $240,000. 240,000. 240,000. 240,000 euros. 240. $240,000. $240 against you, Shelby. We're at 240,000 euros. $240. $245, thank you. 245,000 euros. Shelby's phone bidder at 245,000. Selling at 245,000. We're all done. 245. 245. Last chance, 245,000. Sold, 245.
7261. Thank you.
Lot number 117, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1958 Lister Jaguar Nobly, no less. There it is. Some bass to that exhaust note. Very good. Widely recognized as one of the most original Listers in existence. This is the only Nobly, one of the fast big engine sports racing cars of the late 1950s to race here at Le Mans. Known provenance from new and offered from 26 years of single ownership. It has proved a stalwart of Goodwood revival, having raced the first meeting in 1998 and nearly every year since. The car has been lovingly maintained by Chris Keith Lucas of CKL Developments, of course, for the past 26 years. Please note, the lot has entered the EU on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the EU on an approved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. It is the 1958 Lister Jaguar Nobly, ladies and gentlemen. Lot number 117.
Thank you. Let's start at 700,000 euros. 700. 700,000. 700,000 now. 700. 700,000. 750. Thank you. Michael on the phone at 750,000. 800. Back ahead of you at 800,000. 850, thank you. 850,000 now. 850,000. 850. 900 is ahead of you. 900,000. 950. 950,000 on the phone with Michael at 950,000. 950,000. 1 million, Michael. 1 million now. 1 million. 1,050,000. 1,050,000 with Michael's phone bidder. 1,050,000. 1.1. Back ahead of you at 1.1 million. 1,150. 1,150 now. Michael on the phone at 1,150,000. 1.2. 1.2 million. 1.250. 1.25. With Michael on the phone at 1.25 million. 1.25 with Michael's phone bidder. $1.25 million. You sure in the room at 1.25 million now? Still have another phone bidder coming in, potentially. 1.275, thank you. 1.275 now. 1.275 is ahead of you, Michael. 1.2, 1.3, thank you. 1.3 now. 1.3. 1325, thank you. 1325. 1.325. And I can sell this at 1.325. $1.35, thank you. 1.35 for the Nobly now. 1.35. Michael's phone bidder at 1.35 million euros. Thank you. 1.375. $1.375. Thank you, Michael, for the bids. Selling 1.375 million for the Nobly. We're done. Any further interest? Selling. Sold.
$7,046. Thank you very much.
Lot number 118, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1936 Delahaye 135S. This car finished second overall in the 1938 24 Hours of Le Mans, as well as being previously owned and raced by the famous French Ferrari concessionaire, Charles Pozzi. Possessing brilliant period race history, this Delahaye is known to have competed in nearly 50 events, 50, from 1936 to 1956. Restored in 2005 by L'Atelier Concept and Restoration Bonnefoy, and is accompanied by a detailed report from marque expert Christian Hewitt. Highly eligible for historic events, including the Mille Miglia and, of course, the Le Mans Classic. It is the 1936 Delahaye 135S.
Thank you. Let's start at 750,000 euros. 750. 750,000. 750,000. We're starting that up. 750. 800, 850. 850,000 now. 850,000 euros. 850. 850. 900, 950, Sholto. It's ahead of you at 950 now. 950,000. 950.
It's a bid.
1 million. $1.1 million. Benjamin? 1.1. $1.1 million. 1.2. 1.2 million now. 1.2 million euros. It works. 1.2 million, 1.3 million, but 1.3. No further interest at 1.3 million online. 1.3, it's ahead of you at 1.3 million euros. In the room, we all done? 1.3 on the phones. Unsold, 1.3.
Lot number 119, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1984 Lancia LC2. This very special example secured pole position and fastest lap at the 1984 24 Hours of Le Mans, eventually finishing 8th overall here at Le Mans. It was also campaigned in the 1985 24 Hours of Le Mans, finishing 7th overall. Also outright winner of the 1,000 kilometers of Kailami. With the most fascinating period history of any LC2 offered at auction in recent years, ladies and gentlemen. Please note that he has entered the EU on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled by exporting the lot outside of the EU or on an approved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. A fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, this LC2 was the last Ferrari-engined pole-sitter at Le Mans until yesterday. So there you go. The LC2 Lancia 1984, Gareth, over to you.
Thank you for the up-to-date information. Let's start at 1.1 million. 1.1 now. 1.1. The Lancia. 1.1 million. Yes. Oliver, 1.2.
Oliver.
1.
1.3. Shelby.
1.3 Shelby, thank you. 1.4. 1.4 now. 1.4. 1.5, ahead of you at 1.5. 1.5 million. 1.6, Oliver, thank you. 1.6. 1.6 million. Oliver's phone bidder at 1.6. 1.7. Not with you, Oliver, at 1.7 million. 1.8. Back with you at 1.8. Thank you, 1.8. 1.9.
Against you.
1.9 million. 1.9. 1.9 million euros. $1.950. 1.950 ahead of you online. It's at 1.950. 1,950,000. $1,950. Calculations from Oliver at 1,950,000 euros. We take our time at this amount. We're at 1.95. 1.95 million euros.
The band. The band.
1,950. $2 million. Thank you, Oliver. 2 million euros. 2 million.
Oliver.
€2 million. With Oliver's phone bidder at 2 million euros. I can sell this to Oliver's bidder at 2 million. We're all done at 2 million. Online, in the room, on the phones, selling to Oliver's phone bidder for 2 million euros. Sold.
Well done. 7244. Merci.
Lot number 120 is the 1991 Jaguar XJ12 LM, ladies and gentlemen. A product of the incredible collaboration between Jaguar and TWR. This XJR12 LM was built by Tom Walkinshaw Racing as a new chassis for the 1991 24 Hours of Le Mans, ladies and gentlemen, and was one of 3 silk-cut liveried XJR12s to complete the race. And there it is, 12 cylinders of magic, ladies and gentlemen. The Jaguar was driven to 4th overall at the 1991 24 Hours of Le Mans by Derek Warwick, John Nielsen and Andy Wallace. It was later campaigned in the 1992 editions of the 24 Hour of Daytona and 12 Hours of Sebring, finishing 2nd and 4th respectively. It's loud. It's very loud. Oh. Presented in its period-correct silk-cut Jaguar two-tone purple livery, this hugely significant car clocked the fastest lap and combined qualifying time in the Group C category at the 2018 Le Mans Classic. It sounds, as you can hear, incredible. Please note that the lot has entered the EU on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the EU or an approved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. It is the 1991 XJR12 LM.
Thank you. Let's start at 1.5 million euros. 1.5. 1.5 million now. 1.5. 1.5 million. 1.6, 1.7. Back here at 1.7. Ahead of you at 1.7 million. 1.7 now. 1.7 million. 1.7 million. 1.7. 1.8, 1.9. Still ahead of you at 1.9. 1.9 million. 1.9 million euros. $1.9 million. You coming back in? We're at 1.9. 1.9 now. 1.9. 2 million. 2 million euros. 2 million. 2 million. 2 million euros. 2.1. 2.1 million. 2.2. Ahead of you, 2.2. Ahead of you online, it's at 2.2. Come back to me, it's at 2.2 million. 2.2. 2.2 million. 2.2 million. 2250. 2.3. Still ahead of you online, it's at 2.3 million. Here with me at 2.3 million euros. $2.3 now. We all sure? 2.3 million. On the phones, in the room, online. It's 2.3. 2.3, unsold.
Merci.
Now, before Le Mans became a closed circuit, road racing used to take place across huge distances like Paris to Madrid, thousands of miles, through millions of spectators lining the roads. The wild men that were driving these cars were taking huge risks to test the reliability and performance of their machines. And this Aston Martin Works LM8 Racer is kind of like the refined output of what that racing was really leading to. 1932, this car finished second in class and won the Rudge Whitworth Cup.
Lot number 121, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1932 Aston Martin Le Mans LM8. An Aston Martin that finished 7th overall at the 1932 24 Hours of Le Mans and won the 8th Biennial Cup. One of the 3 second series Aston Martin Works entrants to Le Mans, LM8 boasts a well-known history with its previous owner retaining the car since 1955. A wonderful, evocative pre-war Aston with superb provenance. Please note that the car has entered the EU on a temporary import bond which must be cancelled either by exporting it outside the EU or an approved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the EU. It is the Aston Martin Le Mans LM8.
Thank you. 400,000 euros. Let's begin at 400,000 euros. 400,000 now. 400. 450, Felix. Thank you. 450,000. 500, Duccio. 500,000. 550. Back with Felix at 550. 600. Duccio's bidder, 650 Felix, thank you, 650 Felix. $650, Felix, 700, Duccio. 700. Duccio's bidder at 700,000. 750, thank you. Felix at 750. Felix phone bidder at 750,000. Duccio's out.
Yep.
Sholto. Trying to reach someone on the phone. We're at 750 with Felix's phone bidder. €750,000 with Felix, selling at 750,000. 750 then. 775, thank you.
Hey.
Sholto, new bidder. 775,000. 800.
Oh, good.
800, Felix. Thank you for the bids. 800,000 then. With Felix's phone bidder. And Sholto's done and selling it to Felix's phone bidder at 800,000. Sold. Pedal 7254.
Thank you.
Lot number 122, ladies and gentlemen. It is, of course, the Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona Competizione, ladies and gentlemen. And I think there's someone sitting in the car.
Ah, yeah. Okay, be careful.
I don't think he's trying to steal it. Ladies and gentlemen, a hugely significant factory-prepared prototype of the Daytona Competizione model, retained by the factory for development from 1969 to 1971. The car was converted to race specification by Ferrari for North American Racing Team. It went on to finish 5th overall at the 1971 24 Hours of Le Mans right here, also winning the Index of Thermal Efficiency, and was later raced at Daytona and Sebring in 72. Please note the car will be taken to Ferrari Maranello following the sale, and the successful buyer will just need to organise onward transport from Maranello. Accordingly, it is the 365 GTB4 Daytona Competizione.
2.5 million euros. 2.5. 2.5 million now. 2.5 million. 2.5 million. 2.5 to 6. Seated. To 7 on the phone. Shelby at 2.7. $2.7 with Shelby. 2.8. Thank you, sir. Seated at 2.8. 2.8 million now. $2.8. 2.9. Thank you. On the phones at 2.9. 3 million. 3 million now. 3 million euros. $3.1. Thank you, sir. Seated at 3.1 million. $3.2. Michael enters at 3.2 million. $3.3. In the room at 3.3. $3.4.
Shelby.
Shelby at 3.4. $3.5. $3.6. $3.6. $3.7, thank you. 3.7 million. Shelby on the phone at 3.7. 3.38. 3.8 million. 3.9. 3.9. 4 million. Thank you, sir. Seated in the room at 4 million. $4 million. 4.1. 4.1. Ahead of you on the phones. Ahead of you in the room, it's at 4.1. 4.1 million. 4.2. 4.2 million. Not online, it's 4.2 million. 4.3, sorry, 4.3. Saw it in the room, 4.3. 4.3, 4.4 now. 4.4. 4.4 million. 4.4 million. 4.4 million euros. 4.4. 4.4 million. 4.5 million.
Ja.
4.5.
Against.
Seated in the room, 4.5 million euros. 4.6. Here at 4.6 million. Ahead of you in the room, it's at 4.6 million. $4.6. 4.6 now. $4.6 million. With me at 4.6 million euros. We're sure on the phones. 4.6. In the room. $4.6. We sure? All done. 4.6 million. Thank you for your bids. 4.6. Unsold.
Lot number 123, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1955 Ferrari 121 LM Spider, a car that was witness to two of the most seismic moments in motorsport history, having been entered into the Scuderia Ferrari at the 1955 24 Hours of Le Mans and the 1955 Mille Miglia. Raced by Ferrari Works drivers Maurice Trintignant, Harry Schell, Piero Taruffi, it is one of only 4 surviving 121 LMs built, benefiting from a complete nut and bolt restoration to 1955 Le Mans specification, carried out by Ferrari Classic A between 2018 and 2023. This historic example of Ferrari Classic A certified and is confirmed to retain its full matching numbers drivetrain. Yes. Please note this lot is entered on the EU on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside the EU on an approved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import document duties to have the lot remain in the EU. Please also note the car will be taken back to Ferrari Maranello following the sale So the successful buyer will need to organise onward transport from Maranello accordingly. It is the 1955 121 LM Spider.
Thank you. Let's start at €2.5 million. 2.5. 2.5 million.
Bid.
2.6. Thank you, sir. 2.6. 2.7. Ahead of 2.8. 2.9. 3 million. Thank you. 3 million. Seated. 3 million euros. 3.2. 3.2 million now. 3.2 million euros. 3.5. Thank you. 3.5. 3.5. Seated at 3.5. 3.5 million. 3.8 million. Against you now, it's a 3.4 million. Thank you. 4 million. Very clear. 4 million. 4.2. 4.2 million. 4.2 million euros. 4.2 million. 4.2 is ahead of you, sir. 4.2. 4.2, 250. 4,250,000 euros. 4,000,003. 4,300,000. 4.3 million. 'Against you in the room, against you on the phones, it's 4.3 million. 4,350. Thank you, sir. 4,350 seated. 4,350 seated in the room. 4,350,000 euros. 4.4. 4.4, Gus. 4.4 million. 4.5, 4,450. 4,450.
450.
Thank you. 4.45. 4.5. 4.5 million euros. 4.5 million. What was the estimate on this? 5.5. 5.5.
Much higher. Much higher. And 50. And 25. Thank you.
4, 5, 2, 5.
Yeah.
4,525. 4,525,000 euros. 4,550,000. 4,550,000 ahead of you. 4,550,000. 4.6 million. 4.6 million. Still ahead of you, sir. 4.6 million euros. 4.6 now. 4.6. 4.7, 4.8.
Wow.
4.8 million. 4.8 million euros. 4.8. 4,850,000.
Yep.
Yeah, online, 4.9. 4.9 ahead of you online. 4.9 million. 4.9. 4,950,000. 5 million. Ahead of you online, it's at 5 million euros. 5 million. We all done at 5 million. Sure. 5,050,000. 5,050,000. 5,050,000 in the room. It's ahead of you online. Next will be 5-1, please. We're at 5,050,000 seated in the room. €5,050,000. Are we all sure? The other bidders. I can sell this for €5,050,000. All done. Last chance and selling for €5,050,000.
Hey!
5.1. 5,075,000. Would you like 5-1? It's 5,075,000 here.
Yes.
5-1. Thank you. 5.1.
Thank you very much.
Selling then for €5,100,000. Seated on my right. Are you absolutely sure? Last chance. And selling. Sold. Thank you.
$70.25. Thank you very much.
Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 124 is the Porsche 919 show car. And we finish on a 1-to-1 scale model of Porsche's Le Mans winning LMP1 hybrid race car. Built by Porsche in 2014 for promotional purposes, the car has been on display at the Porsche Experience Centre in Le Mans since its opening in 2015. It was signed today by a number of works Porsche drivers, including Mark Webber, ladies and gentlemen. Please note it's subject to VAT on the full purchase price, both hammer price and commission. It is no reserve, Gareth. A nice one for you to finish on.
Thank you. Let's start here at 20,000. Anyone offer 20? 20,000. 20's in the room. A bit of hazard in the room at 20,000. 30 on the phone. 40. 40,000. 50. 60. Seated in the room at 60,000. With you at 60.
70.
70?
Yeah.
70, 80, 80,000. $85, thank you. 85 is here. 87,500. It's the last slot. You're getting cheeky. 90 online. 90,000.
90.
90 online.
Eh sì. 90.
95. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Tony. 95,000. Still seated. Not with you online. It's at 95 in the room. 100 online bidder. 100,000 online bidder. 110. In the room at 110. Ahead of you, Stefan, and not with the online bidder. It's here in the room at 110,000.
No. Yeah.
115.
Yeah.
New online bidder. €115,000. 120, new bidder. Thank you, sir. 120. Ahead of you online. It's here in the room. €120,000. $120, seated in the center, 120,000. $120,000. Stefan? It'll look good in your house. 125, new bidder. 125. New bidder with Shelby on the aisle at 125. It's not with you, sir, in the center. It's here on the aisle at 125. It's 125. $130. 130 in the middle. Against you, it's at 130,000. Sure? 130 then. Stefan, 130,000. Bidder in the room. Long, those German words. €130,000. 130, it's here. $135. 135 on the aisle, back in the room. Sir, it's against you. It's at 135 here. 135,000. $135 on my right at 135,000. 140. 140. $140, center of the room at 140,000. 145. $145 on my right, seated in the room. 145. 150. 150 now. In the room at 150,000. What? 55. 155. 155. Seated in my room, in the room, on my right. 155. 160. Thank you, sir. 160. 165. On the right, 165. 170. Here at 170. And 5. 175. Thank you, Stefan, for standing up for so long. 175. On my right. 180. 180. Sure. Selling then at 180,000 euros. Phones are good. Online's good. Last chance. 180,000. Sold. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend here at Le Mans. Thank you very much indeed.
Bravo, Gareth. Well done.